Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays and I'm in the Worcester, a tier 10 US cruiser. I'm on map Mountain Range, it's a 3-point domination game, pure tier 10 with a carrier, and well, there is a Hyatt. Unfortunately it stopped reversing there, so those shells are going to miss, but you know, now it's accelerating, now we're gonna get some hits in. Now Mountain Range is not the best place for a Worcester, but thankfully I'm divisioned with 2 US destroyers. And they're more than happy sharing the smoke with me. So I can sit here relatively aggressively and pew some DDs. They are too far away for a raider, but I am running a hydro because of torpedoes. Now there are 2 enemy DDs, the Holland and the Hayate. We already saw the Holland's torps, now the Hayate is most likely gonna torpedo my smoke here. And we already saw a little bit of the fish there. Hydro is going to pick up some more. And look at that, there is just a lovely Worcester-sized gap here. Meanwhile, thanks to the carrier spotting, I can get a few shots into the Holland. I mean, the Holland's gonna survive here, obviously, and escape. But maybe I can get at least a little bit of damage done. Well, that was most certainly a little. Wait, is the Holland actually reversing? That explains a lot. Why would it be reversing? That seems like a weird way to escape. But okay, gives me a few more hits into it. That's a good start. Now we've got 2 camps. We've lost a cruiser that was actually explodified with a detonation. But overall, nothing too bad. We are not gonna get there's a Sherman in there with Hydro, so the Alvaro can't push in. Not to mention that our team has abandoned it here. Now, on the sea side, we kind of have a 4 versus 4, although the Hayate isn't really there anymore, probably because of that Salem, or maybe it wanted to help with destroys in the center. But technically we have 4 ships there. The problem is while the enemy is very good positioned around the camp, we have the Begonia somewhat in an okay spot. The Yamato is too far in the back and the Worcester is way too far in the back to actually use its radar and such. Meanwhile, our carrier has found the Hayate. And it looks like it missed its drop. I mean, with skip bombers, it shouldn't have that much trouble to get a hit into Hayate. Keep in mind that, you know, it only needs like 1 hit. The Hayate is so low. But well, now the enemy carrier arrives to try to save its Hayate. Our carrier is still gonna get off a 2nd drop. So it missed with the first one, and I'm afraid it missed with the 2nd one. That's a shame. That would have been good. Meanwhile, speaking of Hayates, ours is trying to defend the sea cap, but once again, it's well, the team's not that helpful, is it? So I'm making my way over to A, because A needs more help. Our Thunder and our Goliath have unfortunately completely abandoned this side. Look, I'm not expecting the Thunderer to go charging into the amount of enemies there, but the Thunderer has not only fallen back way too much, it's now even disengaged so far that it's put an island between itself and all the enemies it should actually be trying to stop. Meanwhile, I'm waiting here for my division mate who is coming in with some smoke. Now obviously I have the advantage here of being coordinated with some destroyers, because the smoke is what I need in order to function in the absence of islands. Most of the workable islands here are around the sea camp, but you know, if you have just some friends with smoke, you can do a lot around here. Now it looks like the Sherman is going to escape for now. I'm trying to radar it, unfortunately it's already too far away sorta. And I can't chase it out of my smoke, not with the amount of battleships here. So instead we're gonna pew this Yamato. Now unfortunately our Hayate at sea has fallen. It tried to stop them from taking the camp, but there were just too many enemies and our friendlies refused to help. The thing about destroyers is, right, They do need help getting those caps. They are the sneaky ones that go inside, and I should be shooting the Sherman here. They are obviously the sneaky ones that go inside and do the capping, but they need some bigger ships to help against the enemy bigger ships. Now the Sherman here was briefly visible. It's still inside its smoke screen. I'm afraid it caught my friends there in a hydro. But, well, I got the Sherman in return, so at least it was a trade. Not looking too good for us. We are losing the center because the Holland's in there. And we've lost the Sea Cap with no destroyer there anymore. Meanwhile, it looks like a Puerto Rico, of all things, is charging in through here, and we've lost our destroyer, possibly to some carrier spotting. Which is a shame. Now the good news is I still have plenty of things to shoot at, and I still have my smoke screen there. And now let's see, is that Jinan gonna eat some fish? Maybe, actually. One torp. Looks decent. There we go. Now we finish it off. So the bad news is my smoke is about to disappear. The good news is I have Viper with another one. So we can needlessly go from one to the other. The other bad thing is that the only thing so far destroyed has been by my guns. Well, obviously I'd help. For example, the Jinan I got sunk, got mostly torpedoed. But oh, and there goes another of our ships. Well, this is bad. Hey, at least the Kurfürst's on fire, right? And there is a Confederate. Now the Kurfürst has damage count, but I'm hoping I can reignite those fires before manage to go behind an island or something there. So the carrier is also around here somewhere. On the right side, our team is still running away. That's a problem, right? Our team has just been running away so far, abandoning the caps, abandoning our destroyers. Oh, hello, fish. So it turns out the Holland is probably just trying to torpedo me here. Not sure how close it is. Unfortunately, I don't have RPF on this one, so I also don't know exactly. Oh, speaking of close things, while gearing, you screwed up. Now you're mine. Well, the gearing is close enough to spot me in my smoke, so technically the Kurfürst and the Yamato could just strike me here. I mean, angling doesn't do anything against those battleships. But so far, I'm farming a gearing fast enough that I guess they didn't have enough time to properly farm me. So, ow. I guess there were still shells in the air. Overall though, this is obviously turning into a disaster. Well, I say turning into disaster, it always has been. Our team's refusal to properly engage the enemy has cost us a lot of points. Even if we could turn it back on ships, this will be a problem to turn to. And I mean, those were some badly aimed shells there. I think this Yamato isn't really moving all that much. I'm slightly panicking, my smoke is running out, and I'm afraid that there isn't any smoke for me to transition into. I got a fire there, and I'm detected. Because, well, there is a Hayate. You know that Hayate that the carrier failed to sink with his drops? That Hayate. Well, I got it now, but yeah, there is no escape. I'm between a Yamato, a Kurfürst, and a Puerto Rico, and a carrier. Concealment is not an option, and so I'm just gonna sink. Got a fire there with my last breath sort of thing. And now, well, there is nothing left but watch this train wreck unfold. Viper getting a torpedo into the Kurfürst, and well, let's just increase the speed some. So Viper is gonna get hunted by the carrier. Meanwhile, See that Worcester is now finally moving forward again. Should have done that 10 minutes ago. The enemy is just gonna reach 1,000 points here. The sad part is, ship-wise, it wasn't that decisive. It was just that our team refused to fight. Well, I had a pretty successful game in the Worcester, well, aside from the loss. Exactly one enemy ship managed to get more experience than I did. Still not enough to carry. Of course, my damage was only possible because of the smoke screens, right? Like, I could have done none of this without the smoke. Once again, showing the importance of team play and showing the problem if your team's absent from the game. Because it wasn't that we were that overrun on ships, it was just that our team refused to fight for objectives and just hugged the zone wall, and then the enemy won. Anyway, I hope you still enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.